How you doing? Everybody hungry or good? Okay, actually, I'm going to share some stories that worked for us as a VP of marketing for my company that we've built since the very beginning of the App Store, and the stories what worked and what didn't. So anybody is doing marketing here? Good, at least somebody will understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, by the way, I'm super jet lagged. No sleep in like 40 hours because I just flew in from San Francisco. So building marketing channels. A few months ago, I landed in Heathrow, London, and at the customs, the officer asked me, Dennis, so what do you do? And I said, you know, we build these cool productivity apps like Scanner Pro, PDF Expert. And he gets his iPhone out, shows a Scanner Pro icon on his iPhone, and says, great software, sir. Welcome to Britain. Isn't it fascinating? I wish I knew 45 million other stories from people who use our products. And this is Craig Federini, 2 years ago at Apple Developers Worldwide Conference, speaking about the iPad and its future as a platform. And Apple picked not one, but two products, our products, Scanner Pro and PDF Expert, to showcase their platform. And if you go to the App Store, to the apple.com now, and select the iPad Pro, you will see this cool site, how they showcase different workflows, how products work with their hardware. And yet again, there is our apps. So that's some credibility out there. And we also in top page charts across the world. So we must be doing something right, I guess, right? Just a very brief overview. We currently have 8 different apps on the App Store with 45 million users. And I really expect that number to grow to 50 million users within the next 7 days, because we're doing a big promotion with Apple starting tomorrow. And top charts on the App Store, our apps, the way we get money is simple and old school. We charge for them. So we create great products that people love to use. And we say, OK, you pay us $3 to $10. Unfortunately, not all of those $45 million were paid, because otherwise I would be in Miami. And we are 87 people in the team. So let's briefly overview, because I have now like 14 minutes. Let's just briefly go through the different marketing channels that worked for us. I know you guys are familiar with those, and I cannot deep into specifics because of the time limits, but let's quickly go through them. So what worked for us? Press, customer support, paid user acquisition, Apple features, email, in-app communication, social media, and partner promotions. So press was very good at the beginning, and it's still good now. If you're able to build those relationships, long-term relationship with them, and to create this unique kind of your own brand and the brand of the company, to position your products in the right way, it will work very well for you. And like, press loves cool stories. You have to understand that those press people, the journalists, they're looking for cool stories, cool apps from Ukraine, India, Albania, anywhere. And if you can impress them, then you will get press coverage. I wish I read this book, Pitch Perfect, by my friends Steven Sande and Erika Sedun. So if you're ever planning to do PR, I highly recommend reading this book. And these are some of the media sites that wrote about us. Verge, TechCrunch, Mashable, New York Times, you name it. Customer support is great. We've been answering every single email since day one. Our founders would like code during the day and spend the rest of the night to answer the real questions from real people. And you know what's funny, because the majority of our customers are coming from the US, which is 10 hours difference. And so the more emails start coming at night. That's the point. So what's cool about customer support, I think it should be positioned not just like this support, like boring stuff. It's your marketing frontier. It's your first kind of front of interaction with real people who cared enough to actually sit down and send you an email or just a voicemail and ask a question. So if somebody is pissed with your product, probably your product doesn't do something good, but at least he cared. So those people are perfect to kind of convert from being pissed into loyal customers, and they will stay with you forever. In our case, we have a lot of people who've been buying products from us since day one, and now they have like 5 or 7 products. Or let's say if they love our newest email client called Spark, which is free, some of them will just go and buy something they don't need just to support and show goodwill. And the reason why we don't outsource customer support is critical. That's how we get customer feedback. It's very important to understand how people use your products, what they care about, what are their real scenarios. Because if you outsource that, you lose this connection, and that's the only way to talk to them. Because through Apple Store, we cannot talk to them. We cannot comment on their comments on the App Store. So I think that's crucial. Last year alone, our team replied 130,000 emails. That's a big number, though. User acquisition. I'm not the best person to speak about user acquisition because for our business model, which is paid apps, it doesn't really work. I've tried different models. I've tried Facebook. I've tried a lot of different partners, and it doesn't just work and scale because with paid model, it's hard. And there are a few exceptions. The guys called Facetune, the other guys from support.com, they do have paid apps, but they are targeting very generic public, so that worked for them. So Facebook is still the best for that. Apple features. I have a great blog post about how to get featured by Apple, how to get noticed. So in short, you have to create product that showcases their platform, because for Apple, the main goal is to sell more iPhones or iPads, right? So if you create something that expands what's possible on the platform, they will feature you. That's happening for us because of Scanner Pro, right? So we launched Scanner Pro back in 2009, and that app transformed iPhones into portable scanners. So Apple loves that. Just bear in mind. Also, it is very important to see that their timing and editorial calendar. So for example, if the Olympics coming, or if it's a new work season that you might know that they will probably feature related apps for work or for Olympics or for anything else, just bear that in mind. And also, the best way to get in touch with Apple would be to go to WWDC conference in San Francisco, and there will be 1,200 people from Apple, and you somehow can navigate your way to the editorial team who actually picks and decides who to feature. And also, by the way, guys, I'm in touch with Apple guys. So if you have a product or an app or a service that you think is great, Apple asked me, Dennis, who should we talk to from Ukraine, in Ukraine, when we come in here in June? So if you want to get and meet Apple, I'm going to be there. Just say hi, and I will put you in touch for the event in June. Right, that's the feature, this Scanner Pro feature that we got recently, and you can see PDF Expert there, and documents, and bundles. So once you do the right product that they love, that people love, you will get featured. Smart things. People love smart things, right? So if you like, you can actually act smart and create these small and precisely targeted ads on Facebook, let's say, to showcase and to advertise your app in Cupertino and San Francisco, in that area where the Apple team lives. So there is a higher chance of them seeing your app. Also bear in mind that if you manage to get press, we're going back to press, right? If you manage to get press or be on a product hunt in top charts, they are looking for great products too. So if you can be on their radar somehow, try to do it. Email. A lot of people say email is dead. It's not. It's just not true. Email is great. It's cool. Use it smart. For example, we use the thing in our app. So whenever you launch our app for the first time, it will ask you, Dennis, do you want to get tips and tricks and deals in your email? You can sign up. So in this scenario, allowed us to build a multi-million email user base. And whenever we launch something new or update, we will email saying hi, being very personal, being very kind of open and friendly, and actually providing value. Never spam, because people will unsubscribe, it will hurt your rating, and it's the worst decision ever. So once you have something cool to say or to share, do it. In-app communication, that works great when you have a few apps. So anybody have apps here? OK, good. So if you have a few apps, just try to think of the best ways how to educate those users about your new app or the app that you have also. So again, try not to be spammy. Try to create value and kind of advise what's better. So for example, what we do with Scanner Pro, when you scan something, you can actually OCR that, which means you extract text and create PDF, which is OCR'd. And we say, hey, if you need to work with this PDF, you can actually use our PDF expert. Do you want to try? So if this person has PDF expert, presses this button, and this file goes to PDF expert. So now they can highlight, annotate, sign, and do whatever they want with PDF. If it doesn't, it will send to the App Store, and the person might buy a product. Also, while doing that, don't forget to localize. That goes both for email and in-app communication. And also, don't forget to A/B test. I'll give you an example. So we were launching a new product, PDF Expert 5, and we were showing our interstitials within our other products. This one and this one. Which one do you think worked better? Number one or number two? Who was the number one? Number two? Yeah, so I thought number two is like, it's more cool, there is iPad, it's more bright. But in reality, this one worked 70% more, which gave us 20,000 more clicks. So don't forget to A/B test everything. Social media, and now with video, is a big thing. And I loved what, you know, 1Password or Slack? Who knows Slack? So have you guys seen what they're doing on their Twitter account? Super fast, super friendly, witty, replying everybody, and trying to help, being friendly. So we've done something similar for our Spark. Our Spark Twitter is just blowing. It's just so many people there asking questions, even though like we don't have the huge following base, around 8,000 people right now. But they react and they wait for new updates. They give this feedback and they're very vocal. Because Spark email on Twitter it's a cool person who's just trying to help, trying to be funny, trying to be cool. So you have to engage in conversation actively and try to search people who are looking for the solution. And you can just be friendly there for them, saying, hey, we might help you. Right? And of course, we have to use analytical tools and different formats for that. So videos are great. So we usually do promotional videos for every major product launch. It sometimes gets expensive, but I do think it's worth it. Right? So this is a video for Calendars 5, which I personally, with my crew, shoot. And we've got 230,000 views on this promo video of the app, which is quite great. And partners. So sometimes you have to think strategically. Like instead of competing with somebody, why don't you partner to create more value, to get more access to people, and to get in front of more eyeballs? And that's what we do. That's what I did just recently for our PDF Expert for Mac. We just launched a new product for Mac. That's our first non-mobile product. And there is this company from Russia called Parallels. And Parallels does bundles. So they get the best. This was like productivity bundle by Parallels. And they got 7 different products in the same package with a super cool discount. And they had a huge, huge user base and media power to distribute all of that to to thousands of people. So we've got thousands of users in a day. So that was kind of cool. I think I'm in time. So if you have time, do we have time? No? Yes? If you feel like if you want to ask questions, I'm either here for you or there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Do we have questions from the audience? We have a couple of minutes. Anyone? OK, I see hands raised. Do we have anyone with a microphone to go and check that out? Just give us a sec.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Dennis. If it was in a jet-lagged state, that was absolutely awesome. So thank you so much again. You gave a recommendation of one book. Actually, I was more curious to hear if you have any other book recommendations. If there is a very global ambition to become extra good in product and marketing, anything like this. If you have anything on top of your head, and you can also give us as a recommendation, that would be cool.
Okay, I'm not sure about the books, but there are a few cool personalities you should follow and cool
like
websites. Like Neil Patel is great for marketing, and also product and marketing. I think it's important to have broader overview of the things in the industry, what happens. So consume all that media from all these sites, right? And growthhackers.com has great content a lot of times. And try to sign up for cool people on Medium. They will write great things. I cannot think of on top of my head right now.
No, this is great actually. But, just because there are so much literature, so many books and everything. It's like all out there. But what really worked, because not so many people can just buy a ticket and go to Silicon Valley to chit chat with people over there. So that was actually a brilliant recommendation. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. I want to ask you which of the channels, your marketing channels, was the best for your product? Maybe the best conversion rate?
Sure. So I did masters for business management and marketing, and my dissertation was finding out which combinations of the channels give the best results in terms of revenue and downloads. And that would be press during the discounted pricing with Apple features. Those are like the most powerful ones. And currently on the App Store, Apple featuring means a lot. So make an effort to be there.
Cool. Thank you very much. And we have one last question over there, and then it's going to be it.
Hi, Denise. Thank you for your pitch. How many people work with press in your team? Are you alone?
Currently? Or?
Yeah, currently.
Oh, it's now 2 people.
Okay, and what they actually do. So are they more writing or more mailing and addressing?
So yeah, about press, cool stuff. So if you use Twitter, you should. If you don't use Twitter, you should. That's how I got in touch with all the press guys, mostly through Twitter. Just building a relationship. You're just not sending a pitch, like you'll be like one of 300 people in their email, and they will just delete that. So try to build a relationship, to kind of be smart, and then follow them on Twitter, sometimes make smart comments, sometimes ask them for feedback, and once you have a possibility, you can just send them a line like, hey, I'm working on something new, I think you would like it, and just send an email. But if you could, it would be better to just go to a conference somewhere and just say them in person, hi, I'm Dennis from Readdle. Remember we chatted on Twitter, so we're doing Spark. So why don't you look at a Spark? That's what happened with Spark. Like I know a lot of people personally from New York Times or Time or Mashable. That's building relationship.
So it means that stuff doesn't work with offline conversations and.
It works. I mean, you mean offline, as in you reach people.
Yeah, and the conferences and stuff.
Oh yeah, of course it works. Yeah, if you can say come to a person, say hi, and be cool about it. Just don't pitch. Just say hi, say who you are. Give him a card and say, let's talk later.
And very last one, can you name 3 or 4 main events that the press love the most and the best places to start with when you are like a newcomer in addressing to press and building relationships?
Sure.
Thanks.
Macworld was great, but now it's discontinued. It's no longer there. So I assume a lot of press goes to Web Summit. Andre, what else? Next Web, right? What else is in the
The
press?
next web is going to be pretty big this year.
Who else do we have?
It also depends on the geography. Sometimes if you want to cater to a particular geographical audience, you might as well want to go there and check out the events over there as well.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Give a round of applause.